Is the word jihad actually mentioned in the Quran?
Yeah, there is the word jihad, but it's like not in the sense of like how they're saying. There is mentioned in that sense as well. For example, Allah says in the Quran, there's a verse where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and fight with them with the greater jihad. And what's the greater jihad? The scholars say it's the Quran. They say the Quran meaning fighting in the sense where that the Quran is the biggest tool. What we say is, give us freedom of speech. We love freedom of speech. If you allow us to propagate Islam, this whole nation will come to Islam. The Quran is the biggest jihad that we have. And it's mentioned in the Quran. But there's also physical...
Meaning, like, the biggest weapon for good? Is that what you mean?
You can say that. But there's also offensive jihad and there's defensive jihad, like every country has. Okay. Defensive jihad is if there's a group of people trying to come to your land, you have a right to fight them. So in that context, there's the physical combat. And there's the offensive combat, which is if you're propagating and spreading Islam. Now, spreading Islam is different, because what the Crusaders done, they would come and pillage. Yeah? They would kill everybody. Okay? So... in Islam, you are allowed to...
The Crusaders, sorry.
The Crusaders, when they, for example, were ransacking, taking over land, etc.
Okay.
Spreading Christianity.
Okay.
But they were killing innocent people. In Islam, when you are expanding your empire, which Islam controlled a big portion of the earth, you are not allowed to force people to accept Islam. It is not permissible. So if imagine the Islamic empire takes over the UK, Christians living here, they have a right to abide by their laws. They're selling alcohol, they can sell alcohol. That's fine. But in their vicinity, they have the rights. But nobody can come and force them. So all it means is you're living under the caliphate, but you have rights. Nobody can come and force Islam down your throat. You can live how you want to live, etc., with certain principles in place. So Islam is not there to go and say, yes, by the sword. It's against. There's a clear verse in the Quran that says, there is no compulsion in religion. You are not allowed to force someone to accept Islam. This is a matter of choice.
I'm not going to actually believe it and want that, then. You're doing it by force, right? So
no, exactly.
You're not a real believer.
Thank you.
Pretending.
So therefore, what benefit is that? So Islam says it's your choice.